Welcome back, my lover of wisdom. Look where I've brought you, to the first stadium of the modern Olympic Games here in Athens. A truly historical site. And I just thought I'd come here to inspire you to bring out the champion in you, the Olympic champion in life, because that's the most important game, right? Who wins in the games of life? Not who's the wealthiest, not who's the most attractive. It's the person who finds happiness and fulfillment. And to help you do that, I have created a special method. The Alkistis Method is based on the 3 golden principles of Greek philosophy: ethos, pathos, and logos. And in a moment, I'm going to demonstrate to you how simple it is to apply these 3 golden principles to transform the way that you are thinking, to stop any sabotage that you're doing to yourself. So, are you ready? Let's begin. The first thing I want you to do is think of your biggest complaint. What's your biggest complaint in the last 24 hours? It's something that's gnawing at you, something that's decreasing your energy, making you have toxic thoughts, thoughts of anger, resentment, jealousy perhaps, anything that is not allowing you to be your best self, to be free. Because to be confident is something external. Okay, that will depend on what things are happening outside of you. But to be free on the inside makes you completely unshakable to whatever is happening outside of you. So let's go into this exercise. Think about the thing that you're complaining most within the last 24 hours. What's the narrative that you are telling yourself? Whatever narrative that is, now transform it to, I'm deeply afraid that. You see, that thing that's pissing you off or angering you, or you are resentful towards, there's a fear hidden behind it. And I want you to do some inner work right now and ask yourself, what is your greatest fear? Okay? Because we are about to debunk this lie that you are telling yourself. That's right, it's a big lie you're telling yourself. Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, said that we often lie to ourselves. Just because we think something, it doesn't mean it's true. You have to scrutinize your thoughts. You have to critically reflect on your own thinking. And the simplest way to do that is through this simple method of ethos, pathos, and logos. So the first question you have to ask yourself, based on this true fear that you appear to have, is it true? Be brutally honest with yourself. Is it 100% true? Okay, think if there's evidence to prove that, or it's just some theory you've come up with. All right? Just think about that fear. Think about that deep fear and ask yourself, is it true? Now, what happens to you when you believe that it's true? Look at your physical body, first of all. What kind of effects does it have on you when you believe that it's true? Usually it's kind of like a lessening of energy. You feel drained. You feel demotivated, right? But you can actually feel it physically in some parts of your body. Maybe you feel sort of like as if you're about to swell up and cry. What is that effect, that physical effect? How do you feel when you believe that lie that you're telling yourself? And I'm already calling it a lie, okay? I want you to think along with that. Ask yourself, really, is it true though? Be critical with yourself. Or perhaps you're overgeneralizing. Perhaps you are dramatizing. Perhaps you are self-pitying. I know I've done that many a time, right? So just reflect on yourself. Is it true? And you'll really see that when you scrutinize your thought, you'll realize that that thought isn't so true. It might be, 10% true, 20% true, but it's not like 100% what you first thought, right? Of course not. Now let's ask ourselves the second question related to pathos. Is it kind? Is that thought you're having kind towards yourself? I mean, what happens when you do that, right? We just reflected a moment ago. What happens when you really believe that lie that you tell yourself? It brings out the worst in you, right? That's not you. That's not kind. And if you're kind towards yourself, but in this case, you're unkind towards someone else, just try to put yourself in their shoes for a moment. How are they feeling in the situation? Express that kindness towards the other person. Plato, the Greek philosopher, always said that you should treat others with kindness, for they are carrying with them some burden, a heavy burden that you know nothing about. All right, so just think more thoughts of kindness towards the other people involved, and you'll see that often they too are just afraid. Okay, and the last question that we ask is related to logos. Logos, as you know, is the root of the word logic and reason. It's the Greek word that refers to where's the proof? How useful is this information to me? How useful? When you think that thought, when you think that self-limiting lie, how useful is that? It's not useful, is it? It just brings down your energy. It's not useful to you, and it's not useful to other people involved. So now comes the transformation, okay? I want you to edit that thought that you first had, that fear-based thought, and I want you just for a moment to rephrase it. Make it a more true statement. Like you can add the word sometimes. Sometimes I feel. Okay, it's not like always. It's not an absolute statement. That's one way that you can rephrase it. Or another way you can rephrase it is adding the phrase at the end, and I'm okay with that. So sometimes this happens, and I'm okay with that. Or just change the statement completely. Make it more empowering, more truthful, more kind, and more useful to yourself. Okay? And this is how a champion thinks. This is how the champions here at the stadium of the modern Olympic game, the gold champions, completely focused on the positive result you want. So I hope that's useful for you. Join me in these wonderful Wednesday webinars that I hold, where you can come in and ask me any question you have about your life, anywhere you feel stuck, anywhere you feel like you just need some more clarity. Join my Wednesday Q&As, my Wednesday group therapy online in the Zoom room. I'll be so happy to help you out and to coach you to transform your fear into freedom. Goodbye from Greece, the land of light.